Awakening Divine Magnificence. You are divine, and it is time for your awakening to your magnificence. Right now most of you are probably thinking, she could not possibly be speaking about me. You may be saying, how could I be magnificent? I am certainly not treated as such by my husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, parents, children, or my employer or employees. Nonetheless, despite whether you believe it or not, or are treated in a like manner, the higher truth is you are indeed magnificent. The only reason you can't seem to fathom you are magnificent is because you have bought into the incorrect belief that you are less than a divine child of God or goddess. For far too long you have been giving your undivided attention to your inner critical voice with its relentless unkind message of how you are a lesser child of God or goddess, not deserving of all the wonderful things. It is now time to listen to the voice of love, that will assist you in awakening your divine magnificence, so you may live your life to its fullest potential and realize all of your dreams. You incorrectly and may also unconsciously believe you are less than deserving of having your dreams come true. Less than worthy of being treated with love, honor and/or respect. Less than having the relationship you desire, and less than getting the money you need or want. The list is endless. All the while you continue to wonder why and how other people seem to achieve the very things you dream about, but you never seem to get them no matter how hard you try. Why is it that there appears to be greater children of God or goddess and you are feeling like the lesser child of God? There is nothing about you that makes you less than anyone else, other than the fact that you simply incorrectly believe you are. You have most likely subscribed to this incorrect belief due to some adverse experience in your life. You can argue that you have proof of being less than others because of multiple experiences where you felt you lost or were left out. Yet those experiences are nothing more than your own creations based on what you believe about yourself to begin with. You may also disagree, stating that you do believe you are divine and magnificent. Yet if your life is not consistent with your words and or dreams, then believing is apparently not quite good enough. You have to awaken to and know that you are a divine magnificence beyond a shadow of a doubt. Your beliefs, incorrect or not, are continually encoded in your cellular memory, and as such a pattern is set within you, that causes you to continue to manifest the same undesired outcome, until such time you change the pattern by changing your incorrect beliefs of being less than to the absolute truth of being divine. Each time you consciously or unconsciously focus on being less than a magnificent child of God or goddess, you will only end up creating one painful, uncomfortable experience after another. Beating yourself up or projecting blame onto another person, place or thing for your sorrowful situation, will not correct it. If you want your life to change, you have to integrate the absolute truth into your mental, emotional and physical bodies. When you were born and upon taking your first breath into this world, imagine how life would have been different had you heard welcoming words expressing how beautiful, intelligent and magnificent you are. It is not too late, as each moment is the beginning of a new life, and each breath can cleanse away all that was to create a new awareness and set a new pattern that will create the better life you dream of. You can imagine yourself being birthed in this very moment and listen to the voice of love coming from God or Goddess, also known as the oneness of all things, has to say to you, its beloved radiant magnificent child. Beloved one, welcome to Earth. I am here to remind you of the higher absolute truth of you. You will remember you are one of mine? One of the radiant magnificent children of God or Goddess, who just recently dwelt in the kingdom of heaven, and now you will reside in the earthly kingdom fully knowing that you are divine. It is you, soul sister/brother, whom I address. It is you, radiant child of God, I am calling to remember to live on earth as you did in heaven. Awaken to the memory of who you truly are. You are divinity in form, and I am calling to you to awaken to your divine magnificence and be aware of this truth, so your life on earth is and will always be just like it was in heaven. Remember, in the beginning there was only the one, and for the one to become aware of and know self, many aspects of the one digressed into form. There is no wrongdoing in this, it is simply the lowering of one's vibratory rate so that it can come into density/form. This is the gift of the one, to exercise free will and free choice for the purpose of experience, the experience to know the magnificent self. Many souls, just like you, utilized the heavenly gift of free will and free choice, to manifest into human form. They chose to digress into the evolution of the soul through the experience of incarnation. When you lowered your vibrational frequency, you also created your lower mental body, the ego. Lowering your vibration simply means you caused your frequency to slow until it took form. This is when you were also veiled with forgetfulness of the higher truth of you and instigated the illusion of separation. In order to understand self even better, you also chose to divide into two aspects, the aspect of male and the aspect of female. Since the first time of choosing, the souls split apart many eons ago, you have been working diligently to overcome the incorrect belief of being separated from the one. The illusion of separation was encoded in your molecular structure within the physical body as you digressed more and more into the incorrect belief of being betrayed and abandoned because you perceived you were alone. Since then, your soul has been calling out to you to realize this is nothing more than a trick of the lower mind. The soul knows it is divine and whole, despite any ego-based mind illusions, and it is devoted to have you return to the inner oneness where there is not, nor has ever been, any separation. You no longer need to believe that you are a lesser child of God/Goddess, struggling each day for survival because you fear you are or may be alone and lack support. The soul, the all-knowing aspect of you, has been working diligently to have the lower mental body, expressed through the ego, surrender this life-sucking behavior. The soul of you lovingly speaks to the ego of you via the heart of you, to overturn this illusion of separation so you can remember you are one and do not deserve punishment through the experiences of rejection, betrayal or abandonment. The all-knowing higher aspect, the soul of you, is attempting to get you to remember and acknowledge its very existence of being one with all there is. It has done so throughout many lifetimes, so you, beloved magnificent child of God or Goddess, in this lifetime may regain your connection to your source, to reunite with the one by accepting the truth of your true heritage. This is the absolute higher truth you are now realizing. Acceptance of this truth will overturn the incorrect lower mental body ego belief of being abandoned, being separated, being rejected because you believe you have done something wrong, and as such you cannot be anything more than a lesser child of God/Goddess. Each time you experienced something adverse and you chose to believe it happened because you were less than deserving of something better, you simply add insult to injury and continue to fuel the fire of self-punishment. As such, you also continue to unconsciously manifest more of what you did not want, which only continued to set into stone the incorrect belief that you were less than divine, which then gets you less than what you truly deserve. Quite the vicious cycle. You have probably believed that you were a victim of circumstance and always wondering why am I so abandoned and alone? Where is the help when I need it? Regardless of what you may think, you have always been lovingly supported throughout these many painful experiences, even though you may have believed differently. You are not a victim, you are divine and have the full authority to create what you chose based on what you believe and think. The adverse situations were created by you, soul, as each of them was an opportunity for you to see that your attitude about yourself was nothing more than a choice. No one and or no thing or experience made you lesser. You have never been lesser than anyone else. It is up to you to accept the truth so you may awaken your magnificence or continue to deny it. Right here and right now you can move beyond your sleepy denial to awakening your divine magnificence. All of your negative experiences, whether you believe they came from a past life and or you believe there is only this present past life, can be shifted to a greater understanding. This can be accomplished with your willing conscious participation to attend to them, so the wounds that were inflicted by the experience and caused you to believe you were a lesser child of God or Goddess, can finally be healed. The wounds often hold unresolved emotional debris, and even though we convince ourselves we are intellectually done with the past is often not done with you. Your past will continue to haunt you if you continue to avoid allowing your emotions to be released in a healthy, safe, loving manner. Most people act out their unresolved emotions in one drama after another that simply results in more painful consequences, rather than taking some time to feel them out. In acting out the emotional charges, you are doing nothing more than demanding of another to do for you or heal for you what you are completely capable of doing or healing yourself. We demand of others through endless manipulative efforts to prove to ourselves that we are worthy and deserving of love and attention. This is a waste of energy, as no one can do for you what you are unwilling to do for yourself. You simply add burden onto their shoulders and they will most likely run from you rather than carry this additional heavy load atop their already burdensome weight, and the result is you sit in a corner sucking your thumb and whining about how no one loves you. It is far easier and more loving, as well as far more befitting the divine magnificence you are, to clean up the emotional debris that overlays the clarity of the higher truth of you. When you are willing to face and feel the pain, the anger or any other negative emotion that is attached to any one of your past experiences, rather than expect someone else to make it go away, you can clear your way to realizing the real truth of each of these situations in terms of what was being done for you, and then fully embrace yourself as divine magnificence that has always been supported in what was best for its highest good. These emotional charges can be released in a healthy, loving way by being willing to feel and release the pain with appropriate and safe guidance. Upon the release of the stagnant emotions, you will understand you were never the lesser child of God or goddess where many horrible things were done to you because you deserved no more than that. You will see clearly you have always been unconditionally loved by the One, and all that has taken place was for your highest good. How could it be for my highest good, you ask? It is this simple, beloved soul. How would you know who you are if you never experienced who you are not? Your soul knows that deep within your lower mental body, the ego, you fear your choice to depart from heaven in order to digress into the physical dimension many eons ago, was wrong. You fear that due to your perceived negative actions, coupled with deep emotions of shame, you incorrectly believe that you are guilty and not only rejected by the One, but punishable as well. This sleepy denial of your incorrect beliefs must be shaken, as this is why you continue to punish self, only to end up believing you are lesser than others. You have done this so many times, and until such time you chose to change your attitude by correcting your conditioned incorrect beliefs about self, your life will never change either. The illusion of separation and its painful companion loneliness was created by your incorrect belief and perpetrated by your negative attitude. You can recreate your experience to live in total harmony with the One. When you chose to descend from heaven and then split apart into two aspects and took on the lower mental body, the ego, you came to incorrectly believe you were separated from your true home, and from your true source. This caused you to be separated from your true love of self. This incorrect belief was created and perpetrated by the manipulations of the logic of the lower mind ego. And although you may perceive the ego your enemy, it is not. Your ego is your friend. Your ego has mastered its job of keeping you separated from the One and denying your divine magnificence by manipulating you into one painful experience after another to simply prove what you consciously or unconsciously incorrectly believe about yourself is true. All you need do is stop for a moment to review whether or not you are still engaging in any thoughts that may be attached to suffering. Then check to see if those thoughts are about beliefs of abandonment and have resulted in feelings of rejection. If you have confirmed there are still negative thoughts and bad feelings, then you are still residing behind the veil of forgetfulness, and within the illusion of separation that blocks the acknowledgement of your divine magnificence. You are not the only one. For numerous eons many others have been longing to be rid of these lower vibrational earthly illusions, accompanied by multiple incorrect beliefs so they may be free to realize their fullest potential. In order to come home to yourself, you awaken your mind to the truth that you are a divinely magnificent aspect of the oneness of all. As you do so, your heart opens to release the flood of long-held tears of grief that have been overlooked and acting out as angry, rebellious control issues and other negative behaviors. You will begin to be willing to feel again as well, as there is no reason to go numb in order to avoid the negative feelings. You are to feel it all out rather than think it out. Once you do, You are free to authentically be whom you truly are because you no longer have to act out from the incorrect belief that you are less than. You no longer need to demand the attention of others because you are no longer needy. You will give unto self the very love you previously incorrectly believed you were lacking. You will know beyond a shadow of a doubt you are a child of God or Goddess and divinely magnificent. You will return to love and live in the highest truth of unconditional love for self and all others. Awakening and living the absolute higher truth of being divine magnificence will change your life completely. You will be prosperous on all levels because you are free of believing you deserve less than all wonderful things. Acknowledging, accepting and being the divine magnificence you are means you have mastered the illusion of separation and all of its incorrect beliefs and companion negative emotions. Divine magnificence knows oneness and does no harm to any other life form. It is free and allows all others to live freely in what is right for them. Divine magnificence is free of any and all limitations that were stagnating its expression because it was held captive in fearful thought forms and unresolved emotions from past experiences. This divine magnificence knows it is a child of God or Goddess and is protected in the expansive sphere of love and the light of truth. It knows it is a wise soul in human form and is on a journey of enlightenment of self. The time is now to return to your mastered state of a divine magnificent child of God or Goddess, a being of love and radiant light. This is not something you are learning to become, it is a beingness you already are. The Father/Mother, God or Goddess gave unto all their children the gift of free will and free choice. There is no reason to punish and or forgive the expression of your great gift. For they would not have bestowed such a gift upon such a magnificent child in order to learn and become aware of itself and then punish that child for the use of it. You can begin the healing now by acknowledging your ego perpetrated the guilt, the shame and the eventual punishment of self-expression through betrayal, rejection and or abandonment because it is assisting you with your memory. It needs your conscious participation in knowing no wrong was done. Your ego knows no other resolve, it has been conditioned over many years of practice to behave the same over and over regardless of negative outcome. The ego's need for punishment based on its belief of being lesser than will continue to be fueled by the deep unreleased emotions until you choose to do something about it. The soul of you wishes to be expressed as a free spirit, so it can use all of its gifts and talents to express the love it is. The soul wishes for all aspects of you to be raised into the higher truth of the all-knowing universal mind of the oneness it already knows. It calls out for this vicious cycle of self-hatred combined with self-punishment to be stopped. The soul not only has desire, it holds intent. It knows the truth and the truth is relentless. The soul will not give up, as its intention is to be the love it is, expressed freely unto self and all others. It is time to free your mind, your heart, so the soul of you can expand in its full expression of self, fully knowing it is the manifested union of the wisdom of the higher mind, known as God and the grace of the heart, the Goddess. It is a child birthed from love and is nothing less than love, the divine magnificent child who is free to be in each and every moment of every day. You can and will someday return to your starry origins in the kingdom of heaven in heaven, Yet why wait to experience all of that love and blissful peace when you can live in the kingdom of heaven on earth right here and now? It is up to you to stop betraying, rejecting and abandoning self by being separate from self. Bring all aspects of self back into the realization of oneness. Come home to the truth where your peaceful mind, loving heart, expansive soul and free spirit of self exists in harmony with one another. Come home to where true love awaits you, where you will not be inflicted with the illusion of separation to be plagued with abandonment, betrayal and rejection. You can be birthed again in this moment, so thusly in case you were not paying attention to the first time I said it, know you are a magnificent child of God or Goddess. You are an aspect of the One, simply realizing who and what you are. Choose to live from this moment on and forever in the knowingness that you and all others, all things are perfect simply because you are and have always been divine magnificence. Imagine how your life could have been different had you remembered what was said to you at the time of your birth. You remember it when you return to heaven in heaven. Why not choose to remember it when you are birthed upon earth? Why not choose to accept it here and now? Imagine how different life can be now as you awaken to your magnificence, fully knowing you are a divine child of God or Goddess, surrounded by messengers who come from the love of the One and who will continue to be at your side in every moment. Come back to love so your positive thoughts can be manifest and all your dreams can come true through the pathway of love of the divine magnificence of self. Remember who you truly are. You no longer have to be who you were conditioned to incorrectly believe you are. Remember how to align your divine magnificence with your human self so you can navigate your life journey into realizing your own unique heaven on earth with deliberate conscious intent. This will allow you to quickly, easily and joyfully manifest your dreams, rather than to continue to live by default generated from incorrect beliefs that are always followed by less than one joyful experience after another. Remember you are here for more than just survival. Your soul has a higher mission and life intent that is not only for your own good but also for the highest good of all inhabitants of earth. Remember how to genuinely love and appreciate all aspects of who you are. Remember to be kind to yourself. Remember how to trust and be confident in yourself to be your own authority for any and all decisions. Remember you are a divine magnificent child of God or Goddess who carries the energy to passionately light the world ablaze in a very positive way. Don't be afraid of that fiery energy being reignited within you. Go within, feel it, share it and be in joy with it.